justice for all.
Thank you for coming today. This is the first of maybe possibly 3. It could get resolved sooner than that of the meetings. There's agendas on the table if anyone is interested. I would accept the motion to accept a chairperson.
Second.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know if you were done yet with your motion.
Well, for someone to nominate a chairperson.
I nominate Honorable Thomas Dignanis.
I second it.
I knew if I got here late.
Okay, you want to switch places?
I think we need to vote on that, don't we?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Abstain. That's fine. So do you want me to take it from here, or
Yep.
we go through the, okay, so
Yeah.
I'm going to move that we approve the agenda.
Support?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the agenda is approved. I'm wondering if it shouldn't warrant a little discussion among us before we get to the public comment call.
Sure.
That this is really to the point of this meeting, that we're not going to be selecting a treasurer today, that this is kind of an organizational meeting of this committee. The last time all 3 members were different, but the last time an office was filled was when Sheriff Porter retired midterm, and it was then Mr. Colbury, Ms. Braid, and Judge Clatterbaugh there. So that was like 2002-ish.
2001.
2001. It's not something that happens so regularly that we've got a regular procedure of how. So what I would anticipate trying to accomplish tonight is perhaps getting some agreement on a deadline for submitting applications or letters of interest, and then planning our next meeting, and maybe we will discuss if it's the committee's desire to interview or meet or anything like that. There's also no format. This is a creation of the Constitution and not the legislature, so there's no statutory specific format that we follow. So all 3 of us, I would say to the public, are kind of feeling our way through this. Okay.
Read the law.
Yeah, we want to do this legally, but this isn't, I mean, Ms. Wilson and Mr. Dwyer and I get together several times a year to approve ballots and things like that. So, I mean, because that constitutional is the treasurer, the clerk, and the probate judge. So that, we kind of have a familiarity with how that needs to work. And this we are very much feeling our way through, and I think I speak for everyone, say very eager to fairly discharge our duty to the public. That being said, I will call for any public comment. Anybody wish public comment? Any of our observers? Hearing none, we need the approval of a possible public notice of vacancy.
Has there already been something? I thought there was.
No, I drafted something just in case, kind of like for a press release to see.
That's
what
fine.
it is.
Okay. I think this is good. I would ask, Caroline, I know that you've got, received the applications no later than September 20th. I'd ask that we move that date up a bit.
Well, I was thinking that because I was kind of looking at different counties that did different timelines, that, not knowing what today would consist of. If I can make some draft changes and have that to the paper tomorrow, and then we can set the dates, because I just figured,
Sure.
threw something out there to kind of go by.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate all the effort. You've gone through an awful lot of effort to get this rolling as quickly as you have, and I appreciate that. I just think we can, I don't know, Judge, I think if we have a 2-week window of, if we have applications in by the 14th of September or something like that.
Yeah, I think the difficult time about, obviously we have a holiday weekend starting tomorrow, and then we have, Owasso's not starting school till Tuesday.
Yeah, so
And
that could-
I'm one of the people who, in other words, I'd like to get it past the first
First couple
10
of
days or a couple
school.
weeks of September, and then,
So, My
things
thought is
start
like
to settle
September
down.
15th, and then we could have a meeting as early as the 20th, or,
The 15th is a Sunday.
well, I could have it the 16th, or the Friday before, I guess the Friday before. My thought is that,
Something about Friday the 13th.
Right.
But I have no objection to making it quicker than September 20th. In
Sure.
terms of the second paragraph, I think it's great that candidates send county application, resume, cover letter describing. I am open to letting them send an application in whatever form they want. I mean, it's clearly going to be more impressive if it's not written on the back of the napkin from Big Boy, but
Right.
I don't want anyone to feel constrained to a certain format of application. They can send a letter of request, they can send a resume.
yeah,
It's like seeking any other job. I think
So
if
take
you
that
seriously
sentence.
want it.
yeah, just, I
No,
think a letter of interest.
Not by way of limitation, I think this is fine.
I know when this was done back in 2001, I believe, of course, we didn't have the same format in the county as we do now. Everything was funneled through the clerk's office, and the clerk disseminated everything to the prosecutor and the probate judge, and
Right.
then it was reviewed from there.
I think that seems reasonable.
That it should come to Caroline, and then gets to the rest of us, and we can look at it and think about who we believe would be a good candidate for the position.
As we approach the twilight of 2019, do we want to consider that obscure thing called social media?
It's
I think-
active.
It is, and I think, obviously this will get on the county's website, won't it?
Yes.
Does the county have a Facebook page?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh, yes.
So we can put it on the county's
Are you
Facebook.
working tomorrow, Casey?
So we could get on the county's Facebook page as well. And that would, I guess, an awful lot of applicants.
I can put on mine if,
Yeah, you could say.
it
I
might
don't
not
know.
be as exciting as the,
You better look at what recipes.
might not be as exciting as the creme brulee I plan to make this weekend,
But I don't do a
So-
Facebook page,
but
so.
fewer carbs.
So then to post the notice, do you want that by tomorrow? I can probably get it to the papers by tomorrow.
Yeah,
Change
that's
the
great.
date from that to August 30th. Okay. And then when we receive them back, so you're saying you want to do it a week sooner?
I
What do
think-
we have, what's our obligation under the Open Meetings Act for the amount of notice? I mean, that we can give today, the amount of, if we vote on a meeting date, does that satisfy our obligation?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. That's fine. Let's just say Monday the 16th, is that, or do you want it earlier?
I'd like it a little earlier than, only because I'd like a weekend to look that stuff over, so that possibly we could, before the 20th, we could sit down and vote and determine who our, do some interviews and determine who our new treasurer is going to be, because I think the sooner we get that job done, the better, that somebody can get in there and, get it back up to full speed again. So I mean, the 13th, they come in the 13th, we can have a meeting like 18th of September to make a decision. And we review them, we notify the candidates when we're having a meeting, they can come in, if there's anybody we wish to interview, we can have our discussion, and if we can't come to a consensus, then we have to have a meeting.
That's fine. I would have an issue on the 11th because I've got a one-day training on Wednesday.
And I've got.
That's Commissioner Weaver.
Human trafficking, yes,
Yes,
that's
oh,
Wednesday.
Yeah.
yes, yeah,
So is that in Lansing?
it's in Lansing.
Yeah, so
But I mean, we want to avoid, that's why I'm saying if we have it come in for.
By the 13th,
By the 13th, the application's by the 13th.
by 5.
Yeah, and then Caroline, as you get them,
Right.
if you can just forward them on
Yes.
to us, and then have a meeting, the 18th, which would be a Wednesday. I know you've got a lot of terminations and stuff coming up, you've got a lot of.
Well, but it's not hard for, yeah, it's gonna be a busy month for me, but it's also not hard for me to end the day early.
Okay.
You know, when I have to do an emergency hearing, they're almost always at 4 o'clock, because it's always easier to end the day early than squish in the middle
Okay.
sometimes, so that we, like, for instance, if, you know, we had a boatload of interested people, you know, we can start at 3:30 or 4
Yes.
instead of, yeah.
Well, in reviewing how some other counties have done it, depending on how many applicants they had, they kind of, the three of us reviewed things and then kind of picked the top 4.
Yes, and then have them come in,
Mhm.
that makes sense.
You're saying between now and, say, the 13th?
As far as how many applicants applied, then 3 of us would look through individually or separately ourselves and then select our top 4 and then come together, talk about each individual's 4. And then
Okay.
go from there and interview.
When's the deadline for filing the applications?
The deadline will be the 13th.
13th, Friday the 13th.
Okay, but we're meeting then.
No,
No.
we're not gonna meet then, that's when the deadline.
Oh, that's a deadline, I'm sorry, I thought we were
Yes.
meeting then.
No,
Okay.
and I'm suggesting just meeting like the 18th, which would be a Wednesday.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah, that's fine. That's why I was concerned about that meeting. I was
Yeah,
thinking.
no, we're not. I'm not
Okay,
gonna-
so we'll pick a deadline of, I move that we post by any public means available to us, including not by way of limitation, press releases, social media sites, a notice that the deadline for seeking the position be September 13th of 2019.
Okay.
Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it passes.
And then to set the next meeting.
We can set the next meeting, the 18th, 19th.
I think the 18th, that's a Wednesday, it's usually, I'll tell you, the Thursdays are really, really busy for me only because I have to get ready for circuit court.
Okay.
18th isn't bad. I don't, and you, I know, you can control your docket.
Are you talking the afternoon?
Yes.
I can change what I have in the afternoon, the 18th.
I could cut off my date early. The 18th is non-contested probate matters, so they're like every 15 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
So if I blocked out, Wednesday, SCAO always does stuff on Wednesday. And, if it's a trial day, you move one thing. If it's a Wednesday, you move 18 things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in Lansing in
so-
the morning with the afternoon.
And see if
So
you
I
have-
can come early in the day, or earlier in the afternoon on the
Yeah.
18th.
Yeah.
But I couldn't come midday or anything like
Yeah.
that. Shall we say 4 o'clock?
4 p.m. on the 18th
Yes. And what is
to review the applications.
We can actually review the applications individually, maybe
between the 13th and the 18th?
18th. We can look at the applications and maybe make a decision when we get back, the top 4, and invite them back quickly and get a new treasurer appointed. What do you think, Judge?
I want to be clear on that. So is everyone who applied, should everyone who applies plan on being here the 18th? Or between the 13th and the 18th, are we pairing the list
I
and
think
only
we're gonna pair
inviting?
the list. We pair the list and discuss that pairing at the,
18th meeting.
yeah.
We can do it individually,
Mhm.
and then the 18th we come before,
And
to
talk about
discuss
it.
the top 4, our selection.
Our selections. And then you could even the next day or on Friday, say, come back, these are our top 4 picks, and we can
Do it
interview
pretty
them.
quick.
Oh, okay. So in other words, everybody's invited on the 18th?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, and then we're going to
Pare it down.
pare it down, okay, I
Does
want
that
to be
make
clear
sense?
on that, yeah, because then, I just know so painfully little about Public Meetings Act, and I don't want to violate any of that.
You're not.
And I
You're
also,
fine.
because,
I brought it.
Oh,
Yes.
Open Meetings Act, I should
Open
say.
meeting, and I also brought, just because I didn't know all that much about it, I also brought just a copy of the statute that deals specifically with what we're doing.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay, so then on the meeting of the 18th, we will discuss reconvening with the applicants.
And we can go down to our top 4,
Yes.
and then set a meeting for the selection and interview of those 4 people.
Okay.
Does that mean, I mean, I don't think we need to interview everybody that comes. If we discuss in our meeting, these are my top 4, your top 4, Caroline's, and say these are the, and then we pare it down and say these are the people we're going to invite back for interviews with the group and make a decision if we can that day,
Right.
okay? And
Okay.
maybe do that by the 20th.
Right,
Okay.
so do we want to put that where we come back for the 20th, so anyone that's interested in paying attention?
Yes.
20th to do interviewing of applicants?
Yes, interview of, yeah,
And do we want to make a start time at all?
Yes, 4 o'clock.
On the 20th. Are you,
Wait a minute. Are
That's a
we,
Friday,
it's a Friday.
when do the commissioners meet?
that's the week before.
It's a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we stayed late in
They've
that.
got,
Yeah, here, we're not doing
they got
anything.
first right to the rent in this joint.
Yeah, yeah, they do. And that, you know, I don't know about, the rest of the courts don't, I can come anytime in the afternoon
On the 20th?
Yes.
I'm open.
Yeah, because, Judge Stewart's, our docket from Judge Stewart's done by noon. So, and I don't know if you've got anything scheduled on Friday afternoon.
There's an event on the 20th, the Bar Association's golf tournament.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Thank you, I should know that, I'm the one collecting the money. Okay, we're not doing it on the 20th, I guess we'll do it the following week.
What about the 23rd, Monday the 23rd?
Monday the 23rd.
Monday the 23rd.
That way we'll be done by the 23rd and we'll be within a 30-day timeline.
And what
did you
time?
want to do it before 4? Because
Yes,
Is this-
if it's going to be 4.
Yeah, if we're gonna interview people.
Start at 2.
Can we start that early? if you want?
yeah, you know, I mean, we're looking at almost 4 weeks out, so I
Yeah,
can,
you can clear your schedule.
yeah, once again, Monday mornings, I'm stacked up with the NA reviews,
I know.
Newsmatic reviews. Those are just every 30 minutes, so it's always easier to clear, you know, something that's gonna last a half day or cut a half day to 2 hours than it is to have to move several things. But Monday afternoon should be fine,
23rd.
2
Monday the
o'clock.
23rd,
Yeah,
starting at what time?
want to do it at start 2, can we? Does that work for you?
Yes,
guys?
yes.
Okay.
2 o'clock is fine with me. I would like to suggest that in terms of, using air quotes, us paring things down, that each candidate really only needs 1 vote.
Yes.
You know, if you pick out 4 and I pick out 4, and I match 3 of yours and add 1, then we're gonna have 5.
Yeah.
And same thing with you, you don't,
Mhm.
it's the reverse black ball. You only need 1 white ball to
Sure,
Right.
be interviewed.
yes, I agree.
Because I just don't like that we have to somehow discuss to get it down to
No.
4,
No.
you know, so, and who knows, maybe, what if we get 3 people? I guess they'll get interviewed.
They all get
Right.
interviewed, yes.
Okay, is there anything else?
So, just so that everyone has the dates clear, we're going to post the notice, and this is fine as far as the press release.
Yes.
You guys like that? I'm gonna change the date from September 20th to September 13th. And then that correction will be made, and I'll get that out to the local newspapers, Argus and Independent. Is that good enough?
Oh, that's
Yes.
fine, that's fine.
Okay. And then we will resume again on the 13th. Are we gonna do that at 5 o'clock? Oh, no, that's posting.
That's just getting the applications.
yeah.
That's just getting the application.
And I will do that.
Okay.
We're not meeting again till the 18th.
18th.
Right, I'll have that. All
Yeah.
postings are gonna be that's gonna go out. So that will go out. And then, applications will be received by 4 p.m. and my 2 meeting by the 18th.
13th.
13th.
13th is the application deadline, the 18th is when we meet to discuss the
Okay.
applicants.
Application deadline is the 13th. 4 p.m. to meet again to review the applications.
Yes.
23rd at 2 p.m. to do interviews.
Yes, interviewing and possible selection of that board and treasurer.
Okay. That's what I have.
Making that in the form of a motion, Judge?
So moved.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It is passed.
Any public comment?
Do we have any public comment? Yes, ma'am, would you step forward? You may stand or sit. And
Hand that to Carolyn.
Thank you.
Okay. Obviously, this was an elected position,
yes,
and I know it would be unreasonable to expect that we elect at this point in time. However, this will be like a, 14-month job.
Yes.
yes,
Okay? So it's more like a job interview, like you're hiring somebody rather than an election.
yes,
I think to get people to actually apply for this position, we need to be as open as possible with what's involved with this. So rather than, what I'm hearing you talk about is, okay, we're gonna do this, a schedule, okay, of what you're gonna do. What I would like to see is a dissemination of information about this position. If somebody said to me, well, you could never hold this position because you don't have a
Okay.
master's degree in accounting. What exactly is required? I'd like to see
job
requirements.
description.
Yeah, and actually, I think it's all that is required, I think, is to be a high school graduate and over 18 years of age.
Here's what we have in the press release. Would
Yeah.
you like me to read it?
Yes, that would help.
Okay. Desired experience could include managing a small staff, managing an office budget, familiarity with collection and distribution of tax roll levies, and investment and distribution of funds to local municipalities.
Okay,
But, so you understand, the law does not require that.
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
what the law requires, all the law requires,
Is it maybe?
that you be over 18 years old and have high school education. That's it.
I would hope that.
Yeah.
Salary is also posted.
Again,
And
the
the
salary
salary's
for
posted.
2019, the annual salary of the treasurer position has been
Okay.
established by the board at $61,152. And this position offers health and retirement benefits.
Okay, I think that was,
So,
that would be like a job posting for any
Yes,
position.
yes, I'm
Is
gonna
what you
have-
included, and I'm happy with that. Thank you.
okay.
Anyone else for public comment? Bueller? Bueller?
You stated that you have to be a resident of Shiawassee.
Oh, and you do need to be a resident of
Oh, yeah.
Shiawassee County, that is very
Okay.
important.
Thank you, Marlene. Must be Shiawassee County resident.
Resident, yes.
Okay, I'll get that changed. So then you guys are fine with me making these corrections and getting it to the paper. I'll have my staff approve it.
Yes. I'm sorry, yeah, oh, yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you for, it sounds like you've outlined a very transparent process, and I'd like to thank you for doing that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know if it needs to be in there or not, but I want to make sure that it's easy to get whatever form your application takes.
Yes.
So
It is.
if they want to, if they're, if they want to, I'm a dinosaur, actually do something on paper
Yeah.
and use a stamp and mail it to my office, I'm sure Ms. Finnegan, Ms. Wilson's office.
If Dick
we
Burlingame
will-
wants to apply for this
Yeah.
job, he'll drop it off.
It'll be,
manually.
on fish paper.
Yeah.
We will, that they're
Yeah.
welcome.
Right, the application, resume, and cover letter should be addressed to, it also gives that.
Oh,
Yeah.
The
okay,
next paragraph.
Okay.
I give the address and
So,
everything.
yeah.
that's great.
By September 13th,
Yes.
okay?
I think that gives people plenty enough time if they're truly interested in it to get it to you.
Yes, I'll have that in for the papers tomorrow.
If there's nothing else, I move we adjourn.
Second.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Adjourned at 5:26.